Mic check, mic check, mic check. Welcome to Pikes Peak Thunder Tier 2 versus the Cutthroats. We'll be starting here in about 5 minutes or so. Good Sunday to you, Thunder Nation. I'll be your host, Phil Tollefson. We've got Game 2 on tap for the Sunday evening matchup between your Pikes Peak Thunder and the Cheyenne Cutthroats. Thunder coming off of a 4-2 heartbreaking loss yesterday afternoon up in Denver. Hopefully in the rebound here this evening here in a home area against Cheyenne. So, starting lineups we got today. It looks like we're going to have Dylan Delabere in goal. And it looks like we're going to have the Sam Schaefer line starting with Caden Zwally and Marshall Kallega out on defense. We're hoping that we get a few more shots on goal this game. But all in all, kids are building. We'll be underway here in just a second. And puck drop. The game's underway with the Thunder winning control of a face-off in a neutral zone, but turning it over to the Cutthroats, who push forward to the near side boards into the Thunder offensive zone. Cutthroats spin it out to the blue line and send it across. Get a pass into the slot where they take a shot that goes wide of the net in the near side corner. Puck's recovered by Will Blasco. Blasco sends it up towards neutral ice where it's recovered by Sam Schaefer. Sam gets it into the offensive zone, but a pass is cut off by the Cutthroats and sent the length of the ice for an icing. So, good first shift for the Thunder. A little bit of energy, no shots on goal, but they came out pretty well. I'd like to take a moment to give a shout out to Coach Snubs, who's up in Alaska. Hopefully he comes back with some of the things he was looking for, as well as my good friend Ricky Bobby up there. Hope you're having a great time. All right, puck drop. Looks like we got a puck drop. Cutthroats bring it up through center ice with speed. Quick shot goes wide from the far side dot. Cutthroats are able to maintain possession momentarily, but lose it into their own defensive zone. Strong forecheck by Anthony Serafino, and the puck stuck behind the boards. We've got Gavin Leon going back to recover it, and he sends it back around behind the Cutthroat goalie to the near side corner. Puck squirts out to center ice. Anthony Serafino gets it back, but the puck is turned over. Nice centering pass by the Cutthroats. Thankfully, nobody was home to do anything with that. We got a battle in the slot for the puck. We got two Thunder and two Cutthroats. The puck squirts out and moves to the near side boards where it's recovered by the Cutthroats, who take a soft shot from a zero angle, which is an easy save by Dylan Delabere. We got a stoppage of play and a new line coming on. New line's coming on is going to be the Wesley Hall line. He is anchored by Jamison Cooper and Colton Snubs. At defense, we have Trevor Van Winkle and Colt Tollefson. Face-off is going to be to the left of Dylan in the defensive zone. Face-off is controlled by the Thunder. They get the puck to the blue line and out of the zone briefly, but right back in by Cheyenne. Cheyenne controls in the near side corner, spins it back behind the goal where a Cheyenne player picks it up. They're just banging it back and forth behind the goaltender right there like they're playing pickleball. As soon as they start playing hockey, I'll let you know. All right, Thunder able to intercept the pass and are starting their breakout. Puck comes out to Colton Snubs, who pushes it up the near side boards and out to center. Puck is sent back into the far corner. Icing's waved off. Puck is picked up by Colt Tollefson, who rims it around the boards. And it is picked up by a Cutthroats player who sends it back the opposite direction. Thunder once again try to break out. Bounce off the wall. Wesley Hall's one-on-one through the neutral zone. Dekes around one player. Goes to his back shot. Beautiful backhand goal. Goes far side. Beats Cheyenne's goalie. Pad side. Probably 6 inches right. That was a beautiful backhander. He went one-on-one with that defender. Got to the outside, pulled it back, and made a nice backhand shot. And we've got a 1-0 Thunder lead with 14-13 left here in the first period. That's the start we needed. All right, we got Karina Fu taking the face off with Paige Nelson and Breck Hawley. On defense, Cadence Wally and Marshall Kalega. Cutthroat control the puck in the Thunder zone on the far side boards. They have it at the blue line. Weak shot is blocked by Thunder defense, but the Cheyenne's able to maintain possession. Centering pass is intercepted by Karina Fu, who moves it out to center ice and gets it up to Breck Hawley, who pushes it deep into the far corner. Cutthroats pick up the puck, loose puck there, and cycle it around the backside of the goal and push it all the way down. Doesn't look like it's going to have the length for icing, and we're going to have Marshall pick it up in the far corner. He causes a kid to absolutely lose his jock and his skates as he slides in the corner and works it out of the zone. We've got Thunder with possession. Marshall once again pushing it up the near side boards into the Cheyenne zone down in the corner, where he takes a big hit from a Cheyenne player, but Thunder able to maintain control of the puck in that corner. We got a puck battle in the far corner. We got a no clear control, but the Thunder are being aggressive with their checking. Sam Schaefer is chasing down the Cheyenne to forward at center ice. They take it into the Thunder zone and near side boards. Lose puck about the top of the circles. Puck comes to the blue line and sent back in behind the net, where it's taken over by Wallace Dover, who spins around the back side of the net, wraps it around the boards over to Will Blasco. Blasco tries to backhand it out of the zone, but that puck is intercepted by the Cheyenne and sent back into the near side corner behind the goal. Dover once again sends it back around. Travis Van Winkle picks it up. He sends it out, but a pass is intercepted by Cheyenne in the top of the blue line in the slot area. Quickly turned back over, and Will Blasco takes it out to center and sends a soft shot wide of the goal and goes for a line change. Anthony Serafino takes the puck over at center ice. He's fighting a couple of Cheyenne players at neutral ice and gets control. He's 1-on-5. Wisely sends it into the corner. He has a little bit of help there from Ike Everhart, who came in off the bench on a line change. We've got a puck battle in the far corner. Puck squirts out, and Cheyenne takes over, and they begin their breakout 2-on-2 into the zone. On defense, we've got Colt Tollefson and Trevor Van Winkle playing defense. Puck gets pushed forward into the offensive zone. The centering pass by Anthony Serafino is cut off, and the Thunder start to try and set up some offense. The centering pass from behind the net is intercepted, and Cheyenne moves out 2-on-2. Van Winkle jumps the body and knocks the Cheyenne off the puck. Gets it to Ike Everhart, who pushes it forward, but the pass is intercepted and goes back into the near side corner. Thunder trying to get it out of the zone. We've got forechecker tying it up pretty well. Anthony Serafino backhands it, gets it out of the zone. Don't know if it's going to go all the way for icing. Icing's waved off, and Gavin Leon's in on a forecheck. Wraps the puck around where Colton Stubbs picks it up. Nice centering pass back to Gavin Leon, who fans on it. That was a nice scoring opportunity developing. Thunder maintaining control inside the offensive zone, using the boards as their friend, passing it back around. Currently sits behind the Cutthroat goaltender as they try to bring it up the near side boards, where Cadence Wally does a nice job of trying to keep the puck in. Able to get the puck back inside. back to the Cutthroat goaltender, who sends it back around the far side boards. Thunder forecheck intercepts a breakout pass, and it looks like Colton Snuggs tries to get control, gets it to the slot. Jamison Cooper tries to take a shot, but it's blocked and goes wide. Puck slides out to Colton Snuggs, who sends it back in behind the Cutthroat defenders and goaltenders, who bring it up the near side boards. Puck comes center, squirts out of there to Jamison Cooper, who tries to get a backhand shot on goal. Slides in on the Cutthroat goaltender, who makes an easy save and covers it up for a stoppage. With 9:24 left in the first, it's still 1-0 Pikes Peak Thunder. We got a wholesale line change. Karina Fru's line's coming out. She looks like she's going to take the face-off. And we've got Wallace Dover and Travis Van Winkle on defense. Puck is dropped, and Cheyenne pushes it forward. Van Winkle attempts a shot, but it goes wide of the net and picked up by Cheyenne, who moves it out of their zone to center ice. Stretch pass misses Cheyenne, and Dover gets it in the near side Thunder corner and pushes it up to Karina, who does a great job at chipping it off the board. And she just gets blown up going into the offensive zone. She had a great scoring opportunity, but Cutthroat defenseman came over and deleted her. She's popped back up. She looks like she's fine and out looking for vengeance. Thunder temporarily maintain control in the zone, but Cheyenne pushes it back out and into the Thunder defensive zone. Well, looks like we're going to end up with a penalty here. There was a little bit of action going on in the Thunder defensive zone, and it looks like Travis Van Winkle is going to get caught. He's going to catch 2 minutes for a tripping call. Cheyenne was trying to break to the zone from the far circle. They were trying to break towards the goal from the far circle, and it looks like Travis got him caught up. So we're going to be on the penalty kill here with 8:33. Sam Schaefer's out, takes a face-off. Thunder controlled momentarily, but Cheyenne's able to get control on the near side boards, begin their power play. Some fancy pass along the near side boards is broken up by a body check by Colt in the corner. And it looks like Trevor Van Winkle picks it up on the far side boards, and some nice stick work's able to get it out of the zone to Will Blasco, who gets to the red line, takes a shot, hits the far side post. I don't think the goalie saw that one coming, but that was a nice job. Great job of tying it up in the corner. Blasco eats probably 10 or 12 seconds there fighting. Cheyenne gets control and moves it out into the offensive zone, but loses control of the puck into the corner. Centering pass to an uncovered Cheyenne defenseman, leads into a shot that misses wide, wraps around, and it looks like Cheyenne got themselves a penalty. Looks like it's going to be a hold, and that is a penalty kill. All right, 46 for Cheyenne goes into the box, 2 minutes for holding. So we survived our own penalty kill. We're still up 1-0 with 7:30 left in the first, with face-off in the offensive zone. We'll be 4-on-4 for 57 seconds. We got Anthony Serafino taking the face-off. Linesman's in my way. I can't see who's with him. It looks like it's going to be Hayden Wiseman. Marshall Kaliga knocks down a kid about twice the size of the blue line and forces the puck back the other way. Caden Zwally's out as the other defenseman. Cheyenne moves into the offense zone, makes a nice centering pass, doesn't connect, and the Thunder pick it up and they move it out of the zone. Nice stretch pass out to Wiseman, who's on a breakaway. Takes a quick shot from the top of the slot, scores. It is 2-0 Thunder. That was a great pass out to center ice, and Hayden gets down the rink and is able to make a nice shot. So we have it's an even strength goal. 6:53, a 2-0 Thunder lead. I think this is Hayden's first actions in our last couple of games. He's been sitting out. We got Sam Schaefer. We've still Anthony Serafino takes that face off. It's a win by the Cheyenne Cutthroats, who get possession and bring it all the way down. They get a shot on goal that is deflected and goes in on the net. Goes in on Dylan Dale. I don't think he saw that. There's a lot of traffic in front, but it's now a 2-1 game. That puck just came out to the absolute top of the slot. It was a nice shot from the Cheyenne player. Sent it through traffic, managed to make its way through all the bodies in front, and Dylan didn't stand a chance on that one. So, let's do it again. 2-1. Cheyenne wins the face-off and takes it into the offensive zone. Nice pass into the slot. Shot on goal, but is cleared out by Trevor Van Winkle to the blue line, but held in. Cheyenne is holding the blue line despite the stick work of Ike. He's able to force them into neutral ice. Gavin Leon on the forecheck. The stretch pass gets it back into the Thunder defensive zone, where Cheyenne attempts a centering pass, but that goes nowhere. Cheyenne is able to hold the puck. Nope, they were not. They lose the puck at the blue line, comes out of the zone, and we're having offsides. So, it looks like 6:04, 2-1 game, Pikes Peak Thunder. There's still a Cheyenne player in the box, so we are actually on a power play right now. Looks like Anthony Serafino, Ike Everhart, and Gavin Leon are out as our forwards. You've got Wallace Dover and Trevor Van Winkle as your defense. Gavin Leon gets control of the puck in the offensive zone, and a big hit between Van Winkle and the Cheyenne player, but the puck squirts out of the zone and is picked up by Serafino behind the Thunder goal. He sends it out to Ike, who gets control of it and tries a stretch pass to Gavin Leon, but this is it. And it ends up in the Cheyenne offensive zone for an icing. So, 4 seconds left on this power play. Don't think we're going to have a whole lot left going on now. But we do have a fresh set of players out there. Wallace Dover is going to be out there with Van Winkle. Looks like Wesley Hall's come on out, and he has Jamison Cooper and Colton Snuggs. Puck is dropped and is controlled by the Thunder, who are breaking it out of their defensive zone to center ice in the far boards. Puck is briefly in the Cheyenne zone. Missed pass by Wesley Hall's intercepted by a streaking Cheyenne forward, who makes a dangerous shot, but a beautiful save by Dylan. Puck is moved out to center ice by Wallace Dover. Dover has control and pushes it forward. Thunder are able to maintain control at center ice, and a nice poke by Wesley Hall forward to Thunder forward in the corner, but it wrapped back around and sent the length of the ice, and we're going to have an icing. New defensive pairing came on. We've got Cadence Raleigh and Marshall Kaliga out on defense, and a new set of forwards as well. Karina Friesline's coming out. She is again anchored by Gage Nelson and Ike Everett. It's Braxton Burst who's out there as the left wing. So puck drop in the offensive zone. Face-off is won by Cheyenne. A streaking Cheyenne player comes down. Marshall and the Cheyenne player both lose an edge and go in the corner, but no harm, no foul. Puck is still behind the Thunder goaltender and is wrapped around to the far side boards, where Braxton goes to pick it up. We got a puck battle in the far corner, where we have no control, but the puck makes it way out to the blue line. Puck is deflected, shot on goal, goes wide and ends up behind the goal, where we have Cheyenne maintain possession and push it out to the blue line. Defenseman of the blue line pushes it deep into the far side corner, and Thunder are trying to get that puck back from them. Weak centering pass attempt ends up nowhere, but absolute luck. Nice pass across the slot from the Cheyenne forward. He sends it to a wide open Cheyenne forward on the far side. Backdoor one-timer goes in the back of the net. Beats Dillon. He had no chance on that. And we are back to square one. We got a tie game. It is 2-2. 3:52 left in the first period. Nothing Dillon could have done there. I was just unlucky puck movement and just scored it to an open player. Sam Schaefer's line's on. He's got again with Will Blasco and Hayden Wiseman. There is no clear control until the Thunder are able to pick it up. Hayden Wiseman controls it, and he takes a shot that is blocked by Cheyenne and pushed into the near side corner. Puck's wrapped around to the far side boards where it's kept in by Van Winkle. Puck is knocked out and picked up by Colt Tollefson, who moves it up the center ice to Will Blasco. Will Blasco takes a shot that's blocked by Cheyenne defenseman, but he's able to maintain possession and sends a nice centering pass. Pass comes out to Trevor Van Winkle, who fans on a shot, but we are able to keep it in. Puck comes out to center ice, and we got a foot race. Colt Tollefson does a great job of checking back. Beats two Cheyenne forwards to the puck as Thunder were going for a line change, and the puck ends up on the far side. Barnes at the blue line. We got a big hit by Hayden Wiseman on Cheyenne right at the blue line. The puck is pushed in to the near side corner where it is picked up by Wiseman, who sends it out of his zone, and the whole line goes for a change. Puck turns and curves, goes on goal. That actually ends up as a shot, so the icing's waved off, but Cheyenne gets possession, moves it up through center ice, and into the offensive zone. Defenseman Hemso shot from just inside the blue line, which is blocked and goes into the corner where it is picked up by Anthony Serafino, who gets it out of the zone. Cheyenne gets possession of the puck as a quick face-off as they were offside. They had somebody trapped deep. So we got face-off for an offside just outside the Thunder defensive zone. We got Anthony Serafino taking the face-off with Gavin Leon and Mike Everhart as your forwards. Wallace Stover and Trevor Van Winkle on your defense. Excuse me, Travis Van Winkle. Puck is controlled by Cheyenne at center ice, and they move into the Thunder zone, 3-on-2. A nice pass from the far side to the slot forward results in a shot that goes wide and a little bit of a scrambled play after that missed shot attempt, but Cheyenne's able to maintain possession. Van Winkle is attempting to push it out of the zone, but Cheyenne keeps control of it in the far side corner, and a centering attempt goes through the crease to nobody. It's picked up by Gavin Leon, who pushes it to center ice, but a nice stick check by Cheyenne, who takes over. Ike Everhart comes back and takes the puck back away from him, but tries a backhand behind the back pass that's intercepted by Cheyenne, who has control on the far side boards and trying to push it forward. Ike gets possession of it, pushes it around to Marshall Kaliga, who shrugs off a light check and tries to push it out of the zone. Looks like Travis Van Winkle gets a hold of it, and he tries to send it the length of the ice, but it is picked up by a Cheyenne defenseman, and Thunder go for a line change. Wesley Hall's in on a forecheck with Jamison Cooper and Colton Snuggs. Marshall Kaliga and Caden Swally are out on defense. Snuggs does a great job of gumming up the breakout and causes a turnover, and the Thunder pick it up at their own blue line where Marshall starts to move it forward to the offensive zone. Marshall loses control of the puck, unfortunately, and we got a breakaway going the other way. Cheyenne dekes, but it slides off the front of the stick, and Dillon's able to cover it up and make a save with 25 seconds. So he covers the puck. We're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone. Karina Friesline's coming out. Again, she's got Gage Nelson and Braxton Burst. Nope, it's Breck Holly right now. I'm sorry about that, folks. There's a lot of sevens on this team. Puck is dropped, and it's controlled by the Thunder, who get it out of the zone of center ice, where it's picked up by Gage Nelson Gage had a beautiful goal. He has a sweet pass, gets it to Carino, makes a shot. It was a beautiful save by the goalie, with the Thunder able to maintain possession on the near side boards, keep it in the zone. Puck is pushed out to center ice, where Trevor Van Winkle goes back and picks it up as time expires in the first period. We'll be back in a few seconds. All right, we're back with the beginning of the second period. 2-2 Pikes Peak Thunder. Thunder got out to a 2-0 lead, but gave up 2 goals in this later part of the first period. Hopefully they can rebound and get back up on top of this Cheyenne team. After puck drop, we've got Will Blasco controlling. Nice deep move. Oh, beautiful shot by Will Blasco. Top of the surface. Center ice. He did a nice job getting that puck. Taking a moment to stick handle, turned around and fired a shot. And with 19 seconds, he scores and puts the Thunder back up 3-2. Didn't even have time. The announcer was on the ice before they scored that goal. It was a great job. All right, so Sam Schaefer takes the face off. It is again controlled by the Thunder, who push it forward. Cheyenne goaltender stops the puck and turns it to his defenseman, who tries to break out on the near side boards. Travis Van Winkle tries to pinch it in and keep it in, but the puck comes out to center ice and into the Thunder zone. It was wrapped off the boards, on the far side boards, all the way back down behind the Cheyenne goaltender. Cheyenne is dealing with a forecheck of Hayden Wiseman. They end up turning the puck over by pushing the puck all the way back behind the Thunder zone, where it is picked up by Marshall Kaliga, who chips it off the near side boards, gets his own pass, and he moves up into the offensive zone. He's 1-on-3, but gets a nice shot on goal that is scooped up by the Cheyenne goaltender for a face-off. So that was a nice play by Marshall, pushing up the boards, passing it to himself, and getting in the zone, creating a scoring opportunity. We've got a line change here. We're going to have Anthony Serafino's line with Gavin Leon and Isaac Everhart. Excuse me, Ike. I'll get that one of these days. On the puck drop, Marshall Kaliga and Caden Zwally on defense. The puck is controlled by the Thunder in the near side board. The centering pass is intercepted by Cheyenne and again intercepted by the Thunder. Its puck's turned over at the blue line, and the Cheyenne breaks it out to center ice. and are trying to get control in the offensive zone. Cheyenne takes it back around the backside of the net and tries a centering pass that goes nowhere. And Gavin Leon's able to chip the puck forward, but a back-checking Cheyenne player is able to get control and bring it back up the near side boards. In typical fashion, the puck gets gummed up at neutral ice, and we've got Anthony Serafino fighting with some players. He's able to get control of it at center ice and sends it over to Ike Everhart, who sends it into the offensive zone. Anthony's in 1-on-4 on the forecheck while the Thunder complete a line change behind. We've got Jamison Cooper comes onto the ice. Partial line change. Colt Tolson comes onto the ice, as well as Trevor Van Winkle. Cheyenne's controlling the puck in the far side corner. Centering pass goes to a Thunder defenseman. Ike sends it out to Jamison Cooper, who's on a breakaway. Great forecheck. And he scores. He comes in. Cheyenne was trying to back check on that. And Jamison does a good job shielding him off and gets a nice shot. Roofs it up over top of the goalie. And we're up 4-2 with 14:23. That was a beautiful move by Jamison Cooper, who was under pressure the whole way down to the ice. Great poise by him with that back check coming right up his rear. That line's going to stay on. They're going to finish a line change. We got Wesley Hall and Colton Snuggs joining Cooper on the as a forward lines. Face-off is won by Cheyenne, who controlled through center ice and into the offensive zone. Shot attempt is blocked by Colt Tolson, ends up behind the net and wrapped around the far side corner. Thunder pick it up and chip it off the near side boards where it's intercepted at the blue line. But no one has a good possession of it. Looks like Cheyenne comes out of a pile and pushes it back behind Dylan Delabert, but it is picked up by a Cheyenne Mountain forward. Stick check by Wesley Hall, gets it out to the blue line, but it's kept in by Cheyenne's defense, who sends it to the near side board. Centering pass goes off of somebody and ends up behind Dylan Delabert in the back of the net for a goal. Didn't see, that was a pass attempt, it looked like, but somebody got a stick on it and it ended up in there. So a lot of palms raised to the ceilings as to how that happened, but sometimes it just happens. So it's 4-3. Pikes Peak Thunder with 13:38 left in the second period. Been a pretty good game. Karina Frew comes out to take the face-off. She has Breck Hawley and who she got out there with her? She's got Breck Hawley and somebody else. Oh, that is Braxton Burst, I apologize. Cheyenne gets possession after while I was trying to figure out who had the darn puck and bring it into the offensive zone. Soft shot on goal was covered up by Dylan Delabert as a Thunder player crashes into the corner with a Cheyenne player, but they're both up. Looks like they both blew a tire, and we're going to have a face-off to the right of Dylan in the Thunder defensive zone. Face-off is controlled by Cheyenne, but puck comes out to the wrong side of the blue line, and they end up offsides as they put it right back in. So we'll do it again, but from the other side of the blue. Looks like we got Braxton Burst and Breck Hawley out there anchoring Karina Frew's line. And it looks like Wallace Dover and Travis Van Winkle on defense. Puck is controlled by Cheyenne after the face-off. A nice shot attempt by Cheyenne with a nice save but a big rebound. This follow-up shot leads to the puck ending up out of the offensive zone, and Cheyenne is back in their defense trying to recover it and push it back to center ice. 3-on-3, and puck is turned over to Sam Schaefer, who stick handles around Cheyenne defender and gets it to center ice, but the puck is picked up by Cheyenne and held up at the Thunder blue line. Coming out of the pile is Big Will Blasco, who takes it in, takes a shot, is blocked by the goalie and ends up behind the net. And then Hayden Wiseman comes in with a big hit on a defenseman behind the net. Cheyenne gets it out of the zone, and the Cheyenne forward is 1-on-3. Takes a soft shot. That's an easy save by Dylan and goes off for a line change. Thunder break it out to center ice. Marshall Kaliga with it at the top of the circle. Stick handles around. Tries to pass. Gets it to somebody. Looks like Big Will Blasco tries to get it, but it ends up in a mess of Cheyenne players' feet, and they get it to center ice. Cheyenne pushes it in on the far side of the corner. And nobody has it right now, but Cheyenne defenseman comes in and gets control of it and pushes it back out in the corner where it's recovered by Caden Zwally, who tries to push it up the far side boards, and it comes out of the zone where it is touched by Will Blasco, who goes for a nice line change, but it ends up all the way down past the red line for a icing. So, boys retired. We got a wholesale line change. We're going to have a face-off in the defensive zone. Looks like we're going to have Colt Tollefson and Trevor Van Winkle on defense. And Anthony Serafino taking the face-off. He is again anchored by Ike Everhart and and Gavin Leon. Puck is dropped. Thunder get control and push it out towards the blue line, but is sent back into the near side corner by Cheyenne. Puck comes out of the corner, a soft shot on goal. That crawl to Dylan is an easy stop, and he covers it up, so we'll do this again. Here we go. Puck drop with Anthony Serafino. Face-off is initially won by Cheyenne. They get control of it. They take a shot. It rings off the far side, posted into the corner. Centering pass off the rebound is intercepted by Thunder and ends up on the stick of Anthony Serafino, who pushes it out to center and gets it into the offensive zone. Gavin Leon gets control and sends a centering pass. Beautiful job. Gets it to Ike Everhart, who sends it one-time far side along the ice to take a 5-3 goal. That was some great hustle by all those forwards on that offensive play. All two forwards contributed to that beautiful goal. Serafino did a great job fighting along the boards, pushing in the offensive zone, got it to Leon, who's able to send it over to Everhart, who just beat the goalie at the far post, near side post for you watching at home, and put the Thunder up 5-3. So, Wesley Hall's line comes out. We got puck drop at 10:51 in the second. Puck is dropped and Thunder control at center ice and try to push it forward. Wesley Hall is fighting a couple of Cheyenne players on the boards. He is assisted by Wallace Stover and Jamison Cooper. Puck gets pushed into the Thunder defensive zone down in the far side corner where it's wrapped around behind Dylan and up to the blue line and out of the zone. Snuggs is trying to forecheck, gets control of the puck, gets past him and back out to center ice. 2-on-1, Cheyenne sends a pass over. Great save by Dylan. Nice 2-on-1 developed for Cheyenne. Wallace Stover was able to get back there, force a shot, and great save by Dylan. Cheyenne still controls, but an errant pass ends up on the stick of Wesley Hall. He does a beautiful job deking around, avoiding a big hit, gets the red line and sends it in, and a wholesale line change. This puck is out at center ice. Marshall Kaliga possesses. He takes a bump but maintains possession and ends up on the stick of Karina Frew, who sends it back to Caden Zwally. Puck comes up to Colton Snuggs, who's trying to keep it in the zone, but it's at center ice. Caden and Snuggs are fighting for the puck. Puck comes out to Jamison Cooper, who tries to send it over to Marshall Kaliga, who has to turn back and recover it in the near side defensive zone boards. Puck is bounced off the boards to Karina Frew, ends up at center ice. but ends up on the stick of a Cheyenne defenseman. And they take over at the red line. Cheyenne forward is 1-on-4 trying in the zone. He tries a pass attempt, goes all the way to the far side. Beautiful return pass, but he sends a shot about 3 feet high and 3 feet wide. Thunder escape one there, and the puck ends up back out at center ice. We've got Brett Hawley on the forecheck while there's a line change behind the scenes, and he's doing a nice job of slowing out the breakout by Cheyenne, but they get it to center ice, and they are 2-on-4 in the offensive zone and quickly turn it over to the Thunder. Thunder get possession of it. We've got it on the stick of Gage Nelson, who tries to deke around a Cutthroat, but the nice stick check leads to an odd man rush the other way. 3-on-2 from Cheyenne. A shot attempt is blocked and ends up behind the goal, but Cheyenne maintains possession. Cheyenne has it, picks the puck up at the blue line, sends it back in behind the goaltender, where Cheyenne forward takes a bad angle shot that misses. It goes all the way to the far side boards, where Ray Blasco picks it up and pushes it to center ice. Jamison Cooper's come on the ice with Hayden Wiseman. Blasco gets control and sends it forward to Wiseman. It's touched by a Cheyenne defender, and he turns it over. Wiseman picks it up behind the goal. Tries a wraparound, but that doesn't make it in, and Cheyenne takes over and pushes it out of the zone. Thunder got to get back on side, gives Cheyenne a moment to regroup, and a nice stretch pass from the defensive zone to the blue line, but Wiseman does a beautiful job with a hip check, disrupts that play. Puck is pushed back into the near side corner by Trevor Van Winkle and pushed behind the Cutthroat net. Colt Allison misses a pinch, and it ends up in the center ice, and good back check by the forwards leads to a rush the other way, but it misses the stick of Hayden Wiseman and ends up as an icing, and we're going to go for a line change. So we've got 6:45 left in the second period. It is 5-3 Pikes Peak Thunder. Defensive zone face-off to the right of Dylan De La Bear. And forward line, we got Anthony Serafino's line this face-off. Puck is dropped and controlled by the Thunder, who push it out of the zone to center ice. Cheyenne recovers and turns it back over to Serafino, who pushes it up, puts the blue line and sends it around the back of the net. He takes a big hit in the corner, but he pops right back up. He looks like he's no worse for wear. Puck squirts out to the near side to Travis Van Winkle, who takes a shot, which is saved by the goaltender of Cheyenne, and we'll have a face-off. No line change. We're going to keep the same personnel on defense. We've got Dover and Van Winkle, the bigger one. It looks like we've got Ike Everhart, Gavin Leon, and Anthony Serafino. Face-off is won by Cheyenne. They push it forward and attempt to get it in the offensive zone, but nice defense by Dover, who breaks up the play and gets it pushed back out to center ice. However, Cheyenne maintains control. Sandwich job on the Cheyenne forward in the corner by two Thunder defenders. Dover gets control of it, and he's pushed it out to center ice. Dover gets it inside the offensive zone and tries to send it to the far side corner. Wraps it off the corner. Ends up on the stick of Marshall Kaliga, who tries to keep it in the zone. He's able to push it forward about halfway. Puck squirts out of the pile, ends up behind the Cheyenne goaltender, and they regain possession but quickly turn it over. Shot attempt by Anthony Serafino is blocked, and rebound ends up on the stick of Thunder defense. Marshall Kaliga tries a shot, fans on it, and Cheyenne takes over and starts their breakout while Thunder get a line change behind the scenes. Caden Zwally comes in, tries to keep it in, does a good job. Jamison Cooper intercepts an errant pass at the blue line and sends it in the far side corner. Cheyenne's got to be tired, but we got fresh legs out there. Caden Zwally attempts a centering pass that goes all the way through the slot and all the way to the far side. Cheyenne gets control of it, sends it to the blue line where Marshall Kaliga sends it back behind to Wesley Hall, who gathers it up behind the net and sends it out to Caden Zwally. That's a nice shot, which is a save by the Cheyenne goaltender. Scramble for the puck, and results in Colton Snuggs is able to squirt that one past the goaltender and in for his first goal. So, Papa Snuggs in Alaska, your boy scored one and you missed it. So, I think we got it on video, so if you ain't watching there, you can watch it later. But nice job. That was a great offensive pressure. We were able to maintain control of the zone, wear out Cheyenne Mountain, get a line change, and keep that pressure up. So all in all, that was a good hockey play. So we got a 6-3 game here with 4:37 left in the second period. Puck is dropped and is controlled by Cheyenne, who pushes it into the offensive zone. They control briefly behind the net, but nice defense by the Thunder. Results in a puck battle where I can't see it from my vantage point. Puck skirts out to the blue line, ends up bouncing off the backboards on a Cheyenne forward stick. He rings it off a post, ends up in the corner, and we got lucky there. Looks like Trevor Van Winkle goes to recover the puck, sends it back around, and Jamison Cooper sends it out of the zone. Snuggs is in on the forward check. Gage Nelson comes in, seals it right off the stick of a Cheyenne to keep it in the zone. Jamison and Wesley fighting Cheyenne, but they're able to push it out to center ice and bring it in. Cheyenne sends an errant centering pass that goes to nowhere. That's picked up by Jamison Cooper, and he is 1-on-4. Wisely dumps it into the corner, and he heads off for a line change. Everyone's swapping out. Looks like Karina Frew comes on. Puck squirts out. Travis Van Winkle is there to play defense, but a nice move by Cheyenne leads to a centering pass. Thankfully, doesn't connect anybody, and Karina Frew picks it up and sends it back behind the boards, behind the goaltender on the near side boards, where it comes all the way out to Braxton Burse, who pushes it forward. Karina gets possession. Travis Van Winkle gets a stick on it. It gets deflected. It ends up on goal. Goaltender was going one way and had to quickly turn back the other way, and he's able to make a nice save, keep that out of the net, and then did a snow angel to make sure that it didn't slide in. Nice scoring opportunity. Karina's going to take the face-off in the offensive zone to the right of the Cheyenne, or to the left of the Cheyenne goaltender. Face-off win results in a shot from Gage Nelson that's blocked, and Cheyenne moves it to center ice. Cheyenne gets it to center ice and pushes it forward. The puck is taken by Thunder, but quickly turned over, and a shot attempt goes high and wide. Puck is wrapped around the far side board where it's picked up by Gage Nelson, who was able to get past one defender, but a nice stick work by Cheyenne keeps the puck at center ice, and we've got a emerging one-on-one the other way, but a nice stick by Van Winkle to push that into the corner. Cheyenne maintains possession and comes around the backside of the net. Centering pass is broken up by Karina and ends up out at center ice. Cheyenne picks it up, sends it into their own defensive zone to the near side boards, and gets back into the offensive zone where a block shot by Travis Van Winkle leads to the puck out of the zone momentarily. Cheyenne shoots it back in. Travis wraps it off the far side boards. It's intercepted by Cheyenne, who is fighting with Van Winkle. Van Winkle tries again. He gets it up to the blue line, but Cheyenne's able to maintain possession of the puck. Gage Nelson picks it up after a couple of missed errant passes. Oof. And we got what looked like a hit in the back on Wallace Dover. Puck ends up on goal. We're going to end up with actually it looks like it ends up with the icing. What do we got going on here? Yep, we end up with an icing on the Thunder and a line change. We're gonna have Sam Schaefer's line come on out and take the face-off to the left of Dillon in the defensive zone. Puck is dropped with one by Thunder. Big Will Blasco pushes it forward. But the puck is turned over and ends up on the stick of a Cheyenne forward who sends a shot high and wide near side. Puck battle in the far side boards. Nobody, it looks like Cheyenne is trying to cycle it, but the puck is turned over. Will Blasco fighting with several players over there and is able to get it out of the zone and get control. Wiseman gets control of pass. He beats, he shoots. Nice save by the goaltender. And Cheyenne pushes it back out to center ice where Marshall Kaliga goes back to pick it up. He and Caden Swaller are playing defense. Marshall puts on the brakes, turns around, reverses direction, and he's back into the offensive zone. Unfortunately, he was too fast, and Ike was not able to get back on side, and we're going to end up with an offside. We've only got 13 seconds left in this second period. It's a 6-3 Pikes Peak Thunder lead. This has been a good game by our boys and lady. They've kept the offensive pressure on pretty much all game. We got Anthony Serafino's line coming out to take the face-off, and we've got Trevor Van Winkle and Cole Tollefson on D. Puck is dropped and one forward momentarily, but taken by Cheyenne, who sends it into the offensive zone on the far boards. We got 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that's going to be the period. So it's 6-3 with end of the second. Let's see if we're going to be cutting the ice or not, or what are we going to end up doing. See what the refs are going to do here. I'm not sure if we're just going to have a brief intermission or if we're going to cut the ice. Looks like it's going to be a brief intermission, so we will be right back in 1 minute. All right, welcome back to the beginning of the third period. Your Pikes Peak Thunder up 6-3, 17 minutes. We're about to have puck drop. We've got Sam Schaefer's line taking the face off. Puck is dropped, and we are underway. Thunder control and push it forward into the offensive zone where they control like they have most of this game. Looks like we got Marshall Kaliga pushes it forward to Big Will Blasco, who sends it back out to Marshall, who sends a shot in, but it's blocked and goes wide to the near side corner. Puck is knocked out of the zone and ends up back in the defensive zone for the Thunder, where Marshall goes and picks it up, does what he does, puts on the brakes, and burns a Cheyenne defenseman and brings it out of the zone by himself. He pushes it forward, but unfortunately it gets pushed forward to Hayden right at the blue line, and he ends up slightly offside because the puck, he was a little ahead of the puck when it got to him. So we're going to go for a line change. We got Gavin Leon coming on with Ike Everhart and Anthony Serafino. Travis Van Winkle and Wallace Dover coming in on defense. Dylan De La Bear has played a great game today, only giving up 3 goals. Puck is dropped and won by the Thunder, who go back to pick up the puck in their own defensive zone. Dover possesses behind his own net. He reverses direction, but a good forecheck by Cheyenne leads to a turnover. Puck ends up in front of the net on a Cheyenne stick, but Van Winkle's able to push it out of the zone and is able to push it forward for a scoring opportunity. Weak shot attempt on goal is blocked, but ends up causes a face-off in the Cheyenne zone. That could have been a lot more dangerous than it was, but it's nice teamwork by the boys to get back and recover that play and push it forward. We got a new line coming on. Wesley, what do we got here? We got Wesley Hall's lines coming on, and Colt Tollefson and Trevor Van Winkle out on defense. Puck is being dropped to the left of the Cheyenne goaltender. Puck drop occurs and is won by the Thunder. Goes out to the blue line where it's sent into the far side corner by Van Winkle. Puck is sent back out. Dangerous pass is nearly intercepted. Tollefson sends it back into the defensive zone, but Cheyenne turns around, picks it up, and sends it back out. Cheyenne realizes they're 1-on-4, spins the neutral zone, gets it back in. He's trying to McDavid it, but he gets bodied in the slot. He turns the puck over, gets knocked out to the blue line, but maintains possession. Errant pass by Cheyenne ends up with the puck out at center ice, and Thunder forwards are on the forecheck. Jamison Cooper gets a stick on that, but not enough to disrupt the pass. The puck is back in the offensive zone. Cheyenne goes into the corner where they're being checked by the Thunder defense. Cheyenne's maintaining possession at center ice, but not able to do a whole lot in the offensive zone on this shift. Trevor Van Winkle tries to knock the puck out of the zone, but Cheyenne gets it in the far side boards, wraps it around the backside of the goal, and sends it up the near side boards where Jamison Cooper intercepts it, chips it out to center ice, and we got a wholesale line change. Coming on is Breck Hawley, Karina Frew. Cheyenne's able to get a shot, but it's an easy save by Dylan. Sorry about that. We had midst of a line change, Cheyenne took advantage of our players getting off the ice. They got up really, really quickly. Were able to get a shot on goal, but Dylan made a nice save there. All right. So we've got Caden Zwally out on defense with Marshall Kaliga. Our puck drops Karina Frew. It's won by Cheyenne, but they lose control of it momentarily and able to knock it back into the corner. Zwally goes back into the corner to pick it up. He is tripped up, and the puck is sent up the near side boards. Thunder able to get a stick on it. Kaliga once again stick handles around somebody, gets the blue line. Unfortunately, Karina's offside. He does a nice job of keeping offside. He's put on a clinic at the moment. He deked around 3 or 4 Cheyenne players while Thunder trying to get back on side. Maintained possession and is able to keep this clock rolling. Puck ends up on a Cheyenne player's stick and out at center ice for the moment. Karina pushes it forward. It gets to the red line and is dumped into the far corner as they go for a line change. Coming onto the ice is Sam Schaefer's line. Sam's on a prowl looking for somebody. He comes in. Puck is intercepted by Travis Van Winkle. Looks like Sam and Travis are fighting a couple players, and puck squirts out to Hayden Wiseman and Will Blasco. The two of them have been a wrecking ball. Will sends a shot from a zero angle, ends up on goal. Appeared to be an easy save, but causes a face-off to the right of the Cheyenne goalie in the defensive zone. We got 12:59 left here in the third period. Pikes Peak Thunder still up 6-3. Wallace Dover came out on defense during that stoppage, and he and Travis are your defense. Same set of forwards. Hayden Wiseman controls it in the near side boards and pushes it down into the corner. Cheyenne is able to get possession of the loose puck and push it out to center ice, where they bring it in. Attempted hip check by Hayden Wiseman disrupts the play enough, and Pikes Peak Thunder able to get it out to center ice. They got 4 Thunder on the board, but Wesley Hall comes out and makes a nice pass to Sam Schaefer, who's unable to get control of it. Tries a shot, but it ends up on the stick of Cheyenne Mountain. Cheyenne Mountain misses a pass, and they end up offside. However, we got a cross check on Pikes Peak Thunder. Who we got? All right. As soon as we touched it, we got a penalty. Looks like it's going to be on Schaefer. He's going to get 2 minutes for cross checking. I didn't see it. Must have happened behind the play after a missed shot attempt. So we will be on the penalty kill with 12:20 left in this third period. For the start of this penalty kill, we're going to have Jamison Cooper, Colton Snuggs out as our forwards, with Wallace Dover and Travis Van Winkle as our defensemen. Puck drop will be to the right of Dylan in the Thunder defensive zone. Puck is dropped and is controlled by Cheyenne Mountain. Centering pass is intercepted by Snuggs. He tries to clear. Puck ends up back out at the blue line. A shot attempt goes in and over the goal. Cheyenne's able to maintain possession. They push it back into the near side corner, where Dover goes to recover it and tries to cycle it around the boards with the assistance of Snuggs. Puck squirts back out. Jamison Cooper gets control of it, shoots it off the boards, and it goes all the way down to the Cheyenne goaltender, and they go for a line change. On defense, Colt Hollefson comes out. We're still in the midst of a line change. You got Colt Hollefson and Ike Everhart. Colt sends it back behind the goal over to Colton Snuggs, who gets it and ships it all the way back down and kills off a few more seconds. Ike Everhart's in on a forecheck and forces Cheyenne to pass it around. He does a good job gumming this up. He is 1 on 4 and forces them to send a pass that comes out. Cheyenne comes back out of the zone 1 on 4, but they're able to back check and get a settled defense in. Cheyenne possesses the puck in the Thunder zone behind the goaltender. Ike Everhart's harassing a much larger Cheyenne forward in the far side corner. We got a centering pass attempt. It's broken up. Wesley Hall gets control of it, and he springs it up out of his zone. He's 1 on 3, chips it into the near side corner and goes back to recover it, but Cheyenne chips it back up the near side boards and out of the zone, where they try to recoup this power play that's only got 14 seconds. Everybody trips over everybody at center ice, so the puck ends up on Trevor Van Winkle's stick. He takes a shot from the top of the circle on the far side. Glove save by the goaltender. We got 4 seconds. It was a great penalty kill by the Thunder. So with 4 seconds left in the penalty, 10:25 left in the period, a 6-3 lead. Pikes Peak Thunder have an offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill. Out at defense, we've got Marshall Kaliga and Caden Zwally. Serafino takes the puck as it drops. He's out there with Leon. Cheyenne attempts to get it out of the zone, and is sent back in by Kaliga. Cheyenne starts their breakout, and they get to center ice. Sam Schaefer comes out of the box and does a nice job breaking up a pass. Puck is at center ice on a Cheyenne player's stick. He was able to attempt a shot, but not able to get anything on it, and Thunder send it the other way, all the way down, but not far enough for icing. Nice forecheck by Gavin Leon. He causes a turnover and gets a quick shot on goal, but no harm, no foul for Cheyenne Mountain. They're able to maintain possession, regain possession, and push it out to center ice. Marshall picks it up in the Thunder defensive zone, and he's looking for an outlet. He kicks it up the far side boards to Anthony Serafino, who blows a tire, and the puck ends up back on a Cheyenne forward stick. Caden Zwally is fighting with the Cheyenne defender. intercepted pass leads to the puck coming out of the zone. Karina Field comes off the bench and intercepts an intended pass and then blocks a clearing attempt and keeps the puck in the offensive zone momentarily. And the puck gets pushed out to Dover, who sends it back off the boards to Karina. Karina comes in, tries to come into the zone. She sends it over to Gage Nelson, who takes it in 1-on-4. Shot attempt by Karina goes just wide of the goal. And Cheyenne takes over and sends it off the far side boards. Nice pinch by Travis Van Winkle, keeps the puck in the zone, and then ends up back behind the goaltender. Looks like Dover pinches on the opposite side and sends it back around. And Cheyenne is still trying to get possession and get it out of the zone. They're able to finally work it to the center ice. But nice stick check by Travis. Oh, looks like he's going to – what do we got here? What do we got? We got some sort of stoppage. It's going to be offside. All right, Travis did a great job. I wasn't sure if they were going to get him for a trip or not. He came right across the blue line and poked the puck off the stick of the Cheyenne and caused them to be offside. So, nice job. Puck is dropped. Thunder lose it, and a quick shot attempt by Cheyenne results in an easy save by Dylan. He gobbles that one up, covers it up, and we'll have a face-off. Now we got a line change. Sam Schaefer's line comes back out with Will Blasco and Hayden Wiseman. On defense, we got Trevor Van Winkle and Cole Tollefson. Puck is dropped. Blasco pushes it forward, but Cheyenne gets control, sends it across the blue line, and a soft shot attempt is blocked by Dylan and ends up in the far corner. Cheyenne still maintains possession, and the defenseman of the blue line's able to keep it in. Trevor Van Winkle goes in the corner to try and get it. Sent up by Cheyenne and ends up at center ice. And it looks like we're going to end up with a whistle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, what do we got over here? Looks like we got too many men on the ice. Looks like we're in the midst of a change and somebody didn't actually get off. So it looks like we're going to end up with a power play. Refs are trying to sort it out right now, but looks like there was 5 or 6, maybe 7 players over there. Cheyenne is protesting, but one of their boys goes into the box, and the puck is being moved down into the Thunder offensive zone to the left of the Cheyenne goaltender. So we'll be on a power play for 2 minutes. Sam Schaefer's out to take this face off. Puck is dropped and is controlled by the Thunder. Ends up in the far side boards where Schaefer goes back to recover, but Cheyenne beats him to it, and they wrap it off the boards and all the way down the length of the ice. Marshall picks up the puck behind the net and starts to work on the Thunder breakout. Marshall gets red line, gets the blue line, and gets it center ice. He gets tripped up and knocked down, no call. But the Thunder are able to keep control of it on the near side boards. Puck is wrapped back down to Big Will Blasco, who gets control over it and sends it over to Hayden Wiseman on the near side boards. Wiseman dekes around, tries a backhanded shot that's saved by the goaltender for a stoppage of play. About halfway through this penalty kill, some good pressure by the Thunder. And we're going to bring out a new forward line. Looks like Travis Van Winkle is going to come out with Dover on defense, and Wesley Hall's line is going to come out. He again is anchored by Colton Snuggs and Jamison Cooper. Puck drop will be to the right of the Cheyenne goaltender. Face-off is controlled by Cheyenne behind their own net. They try to wrap it out. It is intercepted by Dover, who sends it back around behind the net to the far side boards. Wesley Hall goes to recover, pushes it forward. It ends up on the stick of Colton Snuggs, who tries a centering pass that's intercepted by Cheyenne Mountain. We've got Thunder possession. Wesley Hall has it in the far side corner. He sends it out to Travis Van Winkle. Shot attempt goes high and wide into the near side corner, but Thunder are maintaining possession. 43 seconds left on this power play. 6:22 left in this period. Puck squirts out to center ice, and we got a breakaway going the other way. Snuggs is on a back check. Forces him to make a quick shot. It's an easy pad save by Dylan with his left pad, and goes into the corner where Colton Snuggs picks up the puck and gets it back out of the zone. Shot attempt ends up on goal. We got Wesley Hall ends up tripping over the Cheyenne goaltender and in the crease. No stoppage, no play. Wraparound attempt by Jamison Cooper. Bangs off of a foot and ends on the near side boards. Puck battle in the corner of the near side boards. Squirts out to the point where Colton Snuggs takes a shot. It's blocked by Wesley Hall. Ends up a stick of Jamison Cooper, who sends a shot and is touched by Cheyenne. And it looks like they're going to go to the box for a penalty. It looks like we're going to have a slashing call. So they get out of the box, and it looks like they're going to go into the box. What do we got? So 5:30 left in this third period. 6-3 game. We got a little bit of argument out of the Cheyenne player, but he finally is going in the box. And now all the players are skating back to where they should be. Trevor Van Winkle and Cole Tolson come out on defense. Anthony Serafino's line with Gavin Leon. And looks like Ike Everhart are on the forwards. There's still some type of argument as to what's going on. Cheyenne had too many players on the ice. They didn't realize that they were man down. And they're sticking another Cheyenne player into the box. So Cheyenne's got 2 players in the box. They have 4 on the ice, so there's something else going on over there. Puck is dropped, and it is a quick shot from the Thunder. Glove saved by Cheyenne, and another face-off coming. For those of you who are watching at home, I don't know exactly what it was that was called there. I'll try and work on figuring that out here in a second. Puck is dropped and pushed forward by Cheyenne. Back into the Thunder defensive zone. We've got Trevor Van Winkles pushes around his own net and out of the zone and up the center ice. He's being back checked on hard by a couple of Thunder defensemen. Puck is on Colt Tollefson's stick. He tries to get the blue line, but a nice check by the defense. Stops him momentarily. He gets it into the zone and drops a pass for Anthony Serafino. Puck is intercepted by Cheyenne. Looks like we're going to get a slashing call. Quick shot attempt is blocked by Dylan. Looks like, yep, that's what it is. We got a slashing call as we're coming into the blue line. Didn't look like a whole lot, but as soon as he tried to knock the puck off of the Cheyenne forward stick, he got an arm came up. So it was a slash right away. So we'll be in our defensive zone. Looks like Sam Schaefer's taking a puck drop. He wins the face-off, gets it over to Marshall Kaliga, who gets possession, pushes it forward, but nice stick by Cheyenne, keeps it in the zone. Caden Zwally wraps it off the boards, gets it out to center ice where Hayden Wiseman is trying to get possession. Cheyenne takes over at the blue line, centering pass, was in a blocked shot. Turnaround shot by Cheyenne forward. Nice save by Dylan. Puck ends up in the corner momentarily where Marshall collects it, takes off center ice, gets the red line, sends it over to Sam Schaefer, who sends it back to Marshall, but puck ends up behind the net. Puck skirts off the boards and comes out to center ice. Comes out to the crease, and the goaltender covers it up. So, going back to that first Cheyenne penalty, it looks like they got a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike, so that's why they have 2 people in the box. Puck drop. To the left, the Cheyenne goaltenders, one controlled by Cheyenne Mountain behind their own net. They wrap it off the far side boards where Travis Van Winkle is able to keep it in and send it down momentarily. Cheyenne gets it out to center ice. We've got 1-on-4. Cheyenne coming in on his own. Hayden Wiseman goes for a deleting check on a player coming in. Gets some good contact, but they maintain possession. Puck comes around the backside of the goal and softly scoops to the front of the crease where Dylan covers it up for a face-off. We're going to get a line change. Karina Freeze coming on with Braxton Birch. Colt Tollefson comes out and joins Trevor Van Winkle. Puck is dropped, and it is controlled by Karina, who pushes it past the defenseman out to center ice. She's forechecking and does a nice job, causes Cheyenne to send an errant pass from the wrong side of the red line, end up icing on their own power play. So we're going to have an offensive zone face-off with 3:11 left in this third period. 30 seconds left in the slashing call on Gavin Leon. Puck is being dropped. Karina's taking a face-off. Nice win. Puck comes out to Colt Tollefson. He takes it, gets it shot, goes high and wide, ends up in a far side corner. This looks more like a power play for us than a penalty kill. Cheyenne Mountain able gets control of it. Puck comes out of the zone momentarily, but it's sent right back in. We got 13 seconds left on this penalty kill. Cheyenne finally collects the puck, and they start to move out. Player comes in, loses the puck. Colt Olsen gets it, wins it off the board, and sends it the length of the ice, and that's going to kill that penalty. Gavin Leon comes out of the penalty box, and he's forechecking like he's on a mission. He gets all the way into the zone. Will Blasco comes in on a line change, as does Gage Nelson. Gage intercepts the puck, gets it up to Will Blasco, takes a shot attempt from the blue line, ends up on the stick of Gage Nelson. Too many bodies in front. Shot attempt ends up on goal and covered up by the goaltender. It's a nice transition on that. And we have kept the pressure up this entire game. The rest of the Thunder swap out. Caden Raleigh and Marshall Kliga come out on defense, and looks like we got Blasco's taking the face-off. Blasco takes the face-off. He's out there with Gavin Leon. But the puck is controlled by Cheyenne, who sends it on the far side boards and out to center ice. Great back check by Gavin Leon. Gets back, and he gets control of the puck momentarily, but gums it up in the corner. Got a puck battle. Ends up on the stick of Cheyenne. Makes a nice centering pass. Handcuffs his own player. Ain't able to do anything with it. And the puck goes wide. Puck squirts out to center ice, where Cheyenne resets and comes back in the offensive zone. Centering pass is attempted, ends up on a stick of a player in front of the crease, and they're taking a couple shots at it, but Gage is, oh man, we got all kinds of stuff going on. Nice saves by Dylan. We had 3 or 4 shot attempts right in front of the crease, and somebody either got a foot in front of it and blocked it, or Dylan was there to make the saves. Ultimately, we turned around and sent it down the length of the ice for an icing, but that was best case scenario because Cheyenne had a wide open net, and they were not able to do anything with it. Wesley Hall comes out for the face-off. He takes the face-off and wins it back to Wallace Dover, who chips it up the near side boards. Thunder get it out. They send a shot from. What do we got going on here? We got a shot attempt from the blue line. Ended up in on goal. Dylan played the puck after that, sent it back around. But I think we had an offside call as in the process. But the kids were skating faster than what the refs could handle. So we got a puck drop again with outside of defensive zone with 55 seconds left in this game. Face-off is won by the Thunder, who send it down. They send it wide. It chips off a 6, so no icing. Cheyenne sends it back out and sends it over to Van Winkle, who sends it back in on the Cheyenne defense. Puck is intercepted by Wesley Hall. Send into the offensive zone, but Cheyenne recovers and gets it out to center ice. 33 seconds left. The puck ends up on Colton Snuggs' stick. He takes it and he sends it the length of the ice. Unfortunately, there's nobody there, so that's going to be an icing on the Thunder. We're going to go for a line change. Serafino's coming out with Gavin Leon and Ike Everhart. Cole Tollefson comes out with Trevor Van Winkle for the last 25 seconds of this game. Barring unusual circumstances, this will be a nice W for the Thunder ending their weekend on a high note. Puck is dropped and controlled by Cheyenne. Shot is blocked. And it looks like Anthony Serafino takes a shot, but it goes just wide. Ends up with another icing. He missed maybe by less than a foot. So we'll do it again. 17 seconds left in this game. Puck drop to the right of Dillon. 6-3 Thunder lead. Serafino takes the pocket, gets it over to Van Winkle. He pushes up to Everhart. Puck is nice stick check, results in Cheyenne getting control of it. Shot attempt is blocked by Colt Tollefson. Puck ends up in a slot. Cheyenne takes a shot. It's blocked, and we end up on goal as time expired. Dillon makes an easy save, and we have a W. Good job with your Pikes Peak Thunder. Thanks for those of you who tuned in to listen and watch. We'll see you next week.